Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 66 until I'm a YouTube millionaire. 3 days away from that vaunted number, the nice number. Haha, see what I did there? I'm hilarious. Anyway, it's interesting that I say that because I was going to start off this video by saying you never know who is watching you, who you are inspiring, who you're motivating, who you're encouraging. You never know. Yet another ironic thing that we can say to prove to ourselves that we don't take ourselves too seriously, but at the same time we understand the critical importance that you're always on parade, is I want my FBI agent to feel, how should I put it? There's a specific way that it's said on X, for example. Because on X, there's a lot of people on there. I'm part of a certain group of it that understands that we're all spied on by all the various spying agencies in the world, CIA, FBI, the CCP, etc. And we say, hopefully I live in such a way to where I lead my FBI agent to God, or I lead my CIA agent to God, to Christ. And I had made a video. This is all connecting, right? It's all connecting. I know it sounds kind of disparate, but it's all connecting. A short a few days ago where I said, be the person that your doggo thinks that you are. And then we have something like the Department of Government Efficiency, right? And that's named intentionally after Dogecoin. And it's these things that make us remember stuff through history. So believe me when I tell you, they are important. They really are. Some of the biggest names in history have some of the most obvious names. Like, they could be money launderers and in their last name it might be Launder or something, or Dirty. I don't know. Just saying as an example. It happens all the time. You can find it throughout history. And those things you remember, right? Department of Government Efficiency. You want to be the person that your doggo thinks that you are. Cleaning stuff up, being efficient, saving the world, so that your doggo, as well as you, can have a future to be proud of. I think, again, all of these videos that I'm making are connecting. A few videos ago, I had talked about how we are the stewards of the various animals upon this planet. And if, indeed, this planet is a lifeboat in the vast void of the universe, and it's just us right now, for some reason or another, then we will definitely more poignantly understand just how big of a deal it is that we be those good stewards and eventually evolve doggos, selectively breed them into having the intelligence of human beings and the lifespans. And connecting to that, this is what reading does for you. Starship Troopers, there's this, the canine units of the troopers that go around different planets and galaxies and solar systems and stuff. They're called, they go around with these things called neo-dogs, which have been selectively bred, genetically engineered, to be about as intelligent as a human moron, which is very bright, by the way, for almost any other animal in the animal kingdom. It's like the IQ of 60, right? So that leaves me to the assumption that it's somewhere around 300 years in the future, because that's about how long it would take if you selectively bred a border collie, which is the smartest dog breed by about a mile. If you selectively bred them generation to generation to get smarter, it would take about 300 years to do that. It could take less time if you had a bigger gene pool with which to work, but let's just say that. And they could speak They could actually speak English, just with a certain doggo accent, all that stuff. And these are the creative ideas that you and I are making right now. And I know it's, like I said, it's disparate. It's all over the place right now. But be that guy that your doggo thinks you are. Always on parade. Be the person that'll convert your FBI agent and your CCP agent and your CIA agent to Christianity. And be the person to help them to see that they're the sinners that they are. Right? What I was going to say is that I did finish this book a little bit ago. All right, it's World War I British poets, and I had talked about one of the poems in it about David and Goliath, or Goliath and David, and it was an alternate history type of thing. But this small book doesn't really make for good analysis on as a whole, necessarily, aside from speaking about generalities of the general sentiment of the poets that wrote back in the time of World War I. Because it's disjointed, it's a bunch of different authors, just set in the same time in history. However, I will give more in-depth information on it later. I think there'll be a semi-formal review of it later. But yeah, there you go. The next book on the list is this one, because I'm trying to broaden this Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because I'm trying to broaden my perspective yet more. Okay? In the sea of the universe that is infinite and ever-expanding, from what we understand as science shows us today, hundreds of billions of galaxies, each galaxy having hundreds of billions to trillions of stars, the universe being 94 billion light years across, each light year being 5.86 trillion miles. Do the math, that's a lot. We're in this little random corner of this little relatively nondescript galaxy, but like our sun being in the 85th percentile of size for stars in the universe, so too is our galaxy. Actually, it's pretty large, but it kind of makes us feel even smaller in one little spiral arm of it. Yeah. Each word we say, each thing we do, acts as a ripple in that sea. It matters. It matters. You have no idea who's watching you. It could be somebody on the verge of clicking that little red button on the table that would launch a nuke. And you say one word that gets them to change their mind. That's everything. You're way more important than you think you are. All of you. And if there's anything I am going to do on this channel, whoever decides to watch my videos, now or a million years in the future, which if we do this right, YouTube could be around that far in the future, if we do it right, the one thing I'm going to do is remind you that you matter. All right? All of you. And if you guys can do the same thing, Don't spread negativity, but heal one another. Disregard your own pains as best you can. That makes you messengers. If you were to follow the words and edicts of Jesus Christ perfectly, if you were to, what do you think that would make you? What's the meaning of the word messenger? Angel. And he tells you to love one another. What's the best way to do that? There you go. All right, guys. That's it for today. Love y'all. Peace.